The entire boxing world froze when Jake Paul challenged Gervonta Davis. But when Floyd Mayweather finally spoke, everything changed. What he said will shock you, and after this, nothing in boxing will ever be the same again.
Put a certain way, and you do it your way and then mess up, I don't want to clean it up. Because that was your up, not mine.
I was feeling that Jake Paul was going to knock out Tank. This press conference made me feel a little bit more confident about Tank. I'm no cap.
He done a lot in his career, right? Not everything, but he done a lot. What people don't understand is his business is a lot.
Floyd Mayweather recently spoke about the upcoming fight between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. He said that Davis is making his own choices and taking full responsibility for them. Floyd explained that he's given Davis advice before, but if Davis doesn't follow it, then it's no longer his concern. Still, Mayweather believes this matchup is great for boxing, the money is huge, and he'll definitely be watching the fight closely.
Within my company, within my team, do it my way. Because if you mess up, I don't mind being a janitor to clean up the mess because I told you to do it a certain way. But if I tell you to do it a certain way and you do it your way and then mess up, I don't want to clean it up. Because that was your up, not mine.
The boxing world is heating up with debates over the Gervonta Davis vs. Jake Paul showdown. Fans and experts are split, some call it a marketing stunt, while others see it as an exciting opportunity for Davis to reach new audiences beyond traditional boxing. The hype is massive. Supporters think this fight could bring millions of new fans to the sport, while critics argue it might hurt boxing's legacy. Either way, everyone's talking about it, making this one of the most anticipated fights of the year.
And number 3 to retire.
I mean, the backlash is just what people do nowadays. That's just, you give somebody a keyboard, you give them a phone, and they able to hide their face. Yeah, they gonna have a field day. The backlash I get, I understand. What'd you say, number 2, not fight Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur, that he ain't gonna do him no favors, that he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean? That's against the game. Like, you know what I mean? You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean? You owe the rematch with Lamont for the game. But you owe Shakur for the game just because of the 2 style matchups. You know what I mean? But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy.
Trainer Greg Hackett voiced his frustration with the hate Gervonta Davis has been getting online. He said that people today criticize fighters for every single thing, often without understanding what's really going on in their lives. According to Hackett, if Davis wants to fight Jake Paul, that's his decision and people should respect it. No one outside the ring truly knows a boxer's struggles or what pushes them to take certain fights. Hackett believes fans should appreciate the hard work, pain, and focus it takes to stay at the top instead of always judging from the sidelines.
He done a lot in his career, right? Not everything, but he done a lot. What people don't understand is his business is a lot. This whole experience is a lot. The shit these fighters go through is hard to explain. It's hard to explain because people, they can't see it, so they can't understand it. But it's stressful to the fighters because they coming from just getting ready to fight in the amateurs, being prepared, going out there, win, get it done, celebrate. All right, we back to the next camp. To now, marketing. You're talking about marketing. You're talking about lawyers. You're talking about all this shit that you just never imagined. You're like, why do I have to deal with all of this shit? People trying to keep money coming in, so they try to come up with bright ideas. At the same time, you got a lot of people trying to get from you.
Sports analyst Max Kellerman also found himself in the middle of controversy after his recent comments. Many boxing fans accused him of being unfairly biased against Gervonta Davis. On several shows, Kellerman questioned Davis's record, saying he hadn't done much in his division. Those statements sparked backlash from analysts who reminded everyone of Davis's incredible knockout power and undefeated record. They believe Kellerman's attitude shows how modern boxing media often favors drama over facts and how real talent can be overlooked because of biased narratives.
Because Max Kellerman is full of nonsense. Max Kellerman claims that Gervonta Davis was never a champion. that we've never been a period of time when we looked at Gervonta Davis and said Gervonta Davis is the man in that weight class. Bunch of other ridiculousness pouring out of the pie hole of Max Kellerman. Max Kellerman is one of the most biased, bought and paid for journalists that there is in the sport of boxing. And to have him back talking again on and giving his opinion again about the sport of boxing, I promise you is not a good thing. But let's analyze what he had to say about Gervonta, that Gervonta was not ever a champion. That is ridiculous because Gervonta Davis was a champion for the IBF at 130. He was a WBA super champion at 130. He is currently the reigning WBA champion at 135. And there is no other champion in the division for the WBA at the moment. He is the only WBA champion that there is at 135. He had a portion of a secondary. The title at the time he won it at 140 was a secondary title. So if you do not want to count that, I don't know why you wouldn't, seeing as everybody else counts that belt. But okay, fine. He's a 2-division world champion. That is more than zero Max Kellerman. Now, looking at the idea that Gervonta Davis has never been the man in that division is absolutely ridiculous because Gervonta Davis has really been the man in that division the entire time that he's there.
Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi didn't hold back either. He blasted the Davis versus Jake Paul matchup, saying that it damages the sport's authenticity. According to him, real boxing should be about two skilled fighters testing themselves on equal ground, not social media hype. He warned that fights like this confuse casual viewers into thinking they're watching serious competition. While he admits the event will attract attention, Malignaggi believes it turns boxing into a show rather than a sport, and that's what truly worries him.
Knockouts, dude. Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture
knockouts. You can't manufacture.
To a degree, you can. To a degree. I mean, Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist,
current champion.
If he was a real knockout artist, could it prop him up against the best of the best? Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. But the way we did when Felix Trinidad was doing it. You know, the way that Mike Tyson was doing it in his prime. Okay, say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was, to a degree, manufactured.
No, because he fought everyone that was there. Everyone that was there at that time he fought.
Teddy Atlas will 100% agree with this.
With the expense of
he would say the guys
Witherspoon.
that were afraid of him.
With the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all, doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who had contract issues with King at the time. Oh, except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when you gonna fight them? The lightweight division was staffed with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something. He still knocked out everyone.
On the other hand, commentator Showbiz the Adult had a more positive view. After watching the press conference, he said his confidence in Davis grew. At first, he thought Jake Paul's size and strength might give him the edge. But seeing Davis's calm and focused attitude changed his mind. Showbiz praised Davis's composure, saying he looked like a true professional who understands how big this moment is. He believes Gervonta's speed, technique, and fight IQ could help him outsmart Jake Paul and shock everyone expecting a size-based knockout.
I'll beat the hell out this kid. Listen, I was feeling that Jake Paul was going to knock out Tank. This press conference made me feel a little bit more confident about Tank. No cap. I know Tank wasn't saying much, fumbling over his words, seems bashful, but I'm looking, right? And I'm just like, bro, he doesn't feel that Jake Paul is an issue. Even though he said it, he doesn't feel like he has to whoop his ass. He doesn't feel threatened. That's the word. He doesn't feel threatened, but he does feel out of his element. I'm gonna be honest, man. It sounds like, I know everybody's looking at this press conference and it's like, number one, I know what y'all saying. It's a clown show. It's not real. Tank was paid off. It's fake. Cause Tank, when he was talking about Jake and Jamie, even I was like, what is he talking about?
He laughing.
What are you talking about? What does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm going to show you and him.
So that I can understand if that's your concern. I am being extremely truthful with how I feel about this and how I'm reacting to this. My oldest son was like, I see the same thing, Dad, but you're going to get a weird response to your take.
Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather's name has popped up again, not just as a mentor but as a potential fighter. Rumors say Mayweather might step into the ring with Mike Tyson soon. Analysts believe it's not just about money, it's about legacy. Even in retirement, Floyd seems determined to stay in the spotlight and remind the world that he's still the money man of boxing. With all the buzz around Davis and Jake Paul, Floyd's rumored fight feels like his way of proving that no one can outshine him. It's another reminder that in boxing, attention and legacy matter just as much as the punches thrown inside the ring.
Celebrities and so many people that are known, where you can get somebody and they can sell tickets to events. That's what kicked off the social media influence boxing that Jake Paul was birthed from. Now we're in a vacuum. And so there's going to be a lot of conversation about that and continuing to do that. In this particular video, though, I want to get into the mind of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and why Floyd Mayweather Jr. would do this. There is the money, but there's also the competitive nature of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and him not wanting to have other people think that they're a bigger star than he is. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not been able to really launch his star outside of the sport of boxing, so he continues to do exhibitions. Now, what I think is that Floyd Mayweather Jr. is announced it at this point in time with Mike Tyson in order to take advantage of the publicity heading into the Gervonta Davis, Jake Paul fight, which is, I do believe, set for November. So now that they have all the publicity and all that stuff coming out from that, he's going to piggyback on it and then try to have it in the beginning of next year sometime and actually make it a bigger event than Gervonta versus Jake Paul. And it probably will be. And the reason that I say that is because of Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is bigger than Floyd. Let me say Mike Tyson. I think Mike Tyson's bigger than Floyd Mayweather. I still think his name is bigger than Floyd Mayweather, even though I know Floyd has made more money in the pay-per-views. And I think that had a lot to do with, again, social media area and otherwise. But the combination of Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Mike Tyson and the question about what is going to happen in that fight.
The heart right in that damn dog. It ain't the size of the damn dog. And I told y'all that, man. Yeah, it's the same thing here. And it's about the smartest dog. Tank too smart for him. Tank got too much boxing IQ for Jake, man. This gonna be easy. Easy. Like I said, man, Tank, please. Please, man. Don't do this to boxing, bro. If there's anything, man, shoot. Man, we can put together some kind of account for you, a GoFundMe account or whatever, bro. And we can, all your fans can give you $1, bro. So that way you don't be, blowing this fight. It's easy, bro. This sparring section. Look, I'm so confused. I don't know what the hell to call this. The circus? Just call it a circus. Yeah, just call it a damn circus. Because, 1 minute they said, oh, this is the fight.